Okay, everybody, by request I'm going to show you my 55-gallon freshwater tank with 20-gallon sump, refugium. And we'll start up here with my 1-inch PVC overflow. You can see it overflowing there. Put that little sponge there so no fish get sucked up. So then the water goes down, up, over this loop here. This is an airline tube for a check valve, and I have this constantly running on a Tom's aqualifter pump. That is to ensure that the siphon will never fail. Even though I've tested this siphon 30 times without the aqualifter and it works every time, this just helps me sleep a little better at night. And for some reason, if power did shut off and the siphon wasn't starting on its own, this pump would make sure the siphon restarts up all the time, pumping water out. So then drains down behind the tank in this vacuum tube into my refugium. Let's get down here. So water comes in the first chamber, gets forced up through here through a bunch of mechanical and biological filter media, overflows over the top. The middle area is my refugium area, which is not totally set up yet. I'm going to fill it with some plants, mostly plants, because I want to reduce nitrates in my tank. My tank is a fancy Goldfish tank, and they're extremely messy, so I want to have as many plants down here to remove the nitrates. So then the water flows over here through some more mechanical filtration down over here to the return pump. It's a Rio 1700 return pump, and at this height I have it at, it's doing about 250 gallons, 300 an hour. Pipe comes up to this little custom T I made here to reduce the flow in the tank because there was a lot of water coming out, so I split it up. And some added stuff, I have an Aquaclear 70 running here with mechanical and biological filtration. I'm thinking of moving this down to the sump. I haven't decided what I'm going to do with that yet. And on the right side of the tank, I have a Magnum h.o.t canister. That's running. I don't know which size it is, but it works really well. I didn't have a diffuser, so I made that little end piece. And then that's about it. A couple little safety features. So on my intake, or my output tube from the pump, you can see over there, there's a little airline tubing that I drilled to go in there. What that does is that if the pump fails or the power goes out, the water level will drop, and that little tubing instantly starts sucking air. So no water can back siphon into the refugium or the sump, which would cause an overflow. And what else? So down here back in the sump, I have my pump actually came with a Venturi output where you can see that little airline tube is running in. So that's pumping water out, and that I just ran into a little canister of biofiltration rings. It's just a Gatorade bottle, and so a lot of the water is getting double filtrated before it goes back to the tank, which is good. Then the output of my Tom's aqualifter that's continuing the siphon is also pumping water, and I ran that over here to a Gatorade bottle full of carbon and ammonia chips. So that just drips in there constantly. a little more added filtration. So lots of safeguards in place. If the pump fails, I will not flood my refugium. I've already calculated all that. And the aqualifter pump ensures that my siphon continuously stays on. And that is that. You can see this PVC overflow here. This is the first one I built. This is my prototype. I was never planning on using this. I just wanted to attempt to build one. This is 1 inch PVC. You know, all sloppily cemented together. This thing works just fine, but I ended up wanting to have this part turn at an angle this way to wrap around the tank like I have it set up now. So I don't know, I might use this thing for something one day. It works. It's just a little sloppy looking, but you know, it's cool. That's almost the same thing I have on my tank, just at slightly different angles. And that's about it. All in all, I think my pump is doing about 250 gallons an hour. On top of the canister and the Aquaclear, this water is crystal clear. These fish are super happy. I'm going to actually put 2 more in because I've increased my water volume now and I can get a few more fish in. Ammonia is never present. The only thing I deal with is nitrates. So hopefully once I get this refugium planted, the nitrates will be taken care of. Okay, there's my setup by request, and hope you guys